Pond5.com. Pond5.com. Pond5.com.
Hello and welcome to Live Action 3 News with Baylee, Emara, and myself, Lexi.
Hello, my name is Baylee, and I'm going to be covering regional news and current weather.
Hi, my name is Lexi, and today I will be covering national news, this day in history, and tonight's weather.
Hi, I'm Emara, and today I'll be covering world news, 5-day forecast, and historical.
Hello, I'm your host, Baylee Ratliff, and welcome to Regional News. April 14th was the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's assassination, and there has been some shaky financial business involving Oak Ridge Cemetery in Illinois, where the tomb is stored. Illinois has been facing some financial problems dealing with the government and money. Bruce Warner, the governor, has proposed removing the Historical Preservation Agency and move it into another department, which is unfortunate. National Geographic describes the site as all the historical character of an office lobby, along with historian Adam Goodhart commenting that the tomb is a disappointment. Many of the staff and volunteers are upset, and they are scared that the site will be forgotten or put down as less important. Also, a 24-year-old driver for the Daily News was killed Sunday morning when his delivery truck came intact with a green taxi in Brooklyn, the police said. A dash cam on a near car caught the scene of the collision. The accident happened around 5:30 a.m. and at the intersection of Nostrand and Flushing Avenues in Williamsburg. The driver was Jonathan Long, found unconscious and suffering from traumatic injuries. The passenger of the truck was also taken to the hospital, but he was insisted in stable condition. The taxi driver of the collision was treated at the scene. He was stable. And now over to Lexi.
California health officials say that the outbreak will be considered over in the state of California if there aren't any new cases. This sparked talk and debate about vaccinations. It began when 40 people became exposed to measles while visiting Disney theme parks in Southern California. The illness spread to the community. In all, 131 people in California were affected. A measles outbreak is considered over when 42 days have passed since that last report of another measles case.
In other breaking news, in Cupertino, California, authorities say that a 17-year-old boy went missing for nearly 4 days before he returned to his Northern California home, after he told his family he hid on his high school campus. Surviving on fruit from trees and drinking from the water fountains, his disappearance led to officers and other law officials searching in many areas such as local parks and hospitals. Now on to Emara with world news.
Thank you, Lexi. Today in world news, Saudi-led aircrafts are battling coalition against Shiite rebels in Yemen. Already, the aircrafts have attacked several cities, including the capital. The battle between the two factions have gone against the negotiation peace for Arab. The war has killed over 550 civilians and 115 kids in the past month. Today in world news, in Tokyo, Japan, one of their planes skid off the runway. Minor injuries were given to about 20 people after landing in western Japan. The airplane's tail touched while landing, causing some sparks, but no flame. Mono Airport was closed for further investigation. The left wing and left engine were damaged along with the wireless communications near the runway. The injured people mostly had bruises and scratches and were sent to nearby hospitals and are getting better. The same airline 2 years ago was approaching San Francisco's airport with another accident where 3 teenagers were killed and 200 were injured. Another world news event. In Mount Albert, Canada, a small community just above Toronto, there has been many mysterious fires. Since back in February, the only fire station in Mount Albert was burnt down starting at 8:15 a.m. Along with the fire, diesel tanks blew up all around the building. In March, 5 houses were mysteriously caught on fire, but police are still not saying anything about the fires except that they were savage. Now today, 17 houses were damaged by a fire. It's being investigated by York Regional Police and the Ontario Fire Marshal. This fire is in the exact location of March's fire. Yeah. The police have said that the fire has moved quickly due to high winds. Investigators are trying to piece it all together, starting back in February, March, and now. But the investigators are also trying to figure out who and why these fires are happening by looking at surveillance cameras that are around the area. I guess you can say the people are fired up to know about this mystery. And more enlightenment news for the people in Mount Albert. Their new fire station will be built and finished July of this year. Now over to Lexi for Day in History.
This day in history. On this day, May 17, 1954, the case of Brown versus Board of Education ruled that racial segregation of schools was unconstitutional. One of the first schools to implement desegregation was Barnard Elementary in Washington, D.C. The Supreme Court's decision in Brown versus Board was ultimately unanimous. It was a hard-fought campaign to persuade all 9 justices to overturn the separate but equal doctrine. Schools in Maryland have also desegregated some of their schools at this time.
In historical weather news, January 11th through January 12th, 1954 in New York, specifically in Times Square, the temperatures were dropping down to 15 degrees and got 10 inches of snow. The snow kept coming till 7:05 a.m. on January 12th, with more than 19 inches of snow on the ground. Snow removal had to work extra shifts just so people were able to travel, or else it would be extremely hard. They still had schools open, but they did let girls leave 15 minutes early so they wouldn't be pelted by snowballs from the other kids. Inside the city, schools were closed for the day. The snow wasn't the main concern, but the temperature afterwards. It went down to 11 degrees, making the snow into compact ice. January 19th, it went back up to 40 degrees.
Weather is a nice 67 degrees, with a breeze of 9 miles per hour coming from the southwest. No precipitation calls and the clouds are out, but it appears sunny as can be. The barometric pressure rises around 29, along with the humidity at 61%. Overall, it has been a fine day, allowing jeans and a t-shirt for all of us. Around the Omaha area is 66 degrees, Plattsmouth with around 60 degrees, Lincoln 65 degrees, Columbus 66 degrees, and Denison with 70 degrees, along with 64 at Red Oak. Now over to Lexi Moon for tonight's forecast.
Thank you, Baylee. Tonight's forecast likely calls for rain showers and isolated thunderstorms with a low of 54 degrees. It's supposed to be mostly cloudy with a strong breeze of 15 miles per hour with likely no precipitation. In our area, in the Council Bluffs, Omaha metro area, in Council Bluffs, the wind is supposed to be at south-southeast at 17 miles per hour with a precipitation of 0.0 inches. In Omaha, Nebraska, the winds are expected to be at southeast at 17 miles per hour and the precipitation of 0.0 inches. Up north in Iowa, in Sioux City, south-southeast winds at 15 miles per hour with a precipitation of 0.0 inches. In central Iowa, the wind in Des Moines is supposed to be at east at 9 miles per hour with a precipitation of 0.1 inches. If you're moving out further east in Iowa, like Cedar Rapids, its precipitation is 0.4 inches with the wind at east 18 miles per hour. It will be a fine evening for the middle of April, but be sure to grab a jacket. Now over to Emara with the 5-day forecasting starting with tomorrow.
Thank you, Lexi. For the 5-day forecast, it looks like mostly clear skies throughout the week, with a chance of rain on Saturday. On Saturday, it is expected to be cloudy all day and have a 60% chance of showers in the morning, with highs of mid-50s and lows of upper 30s. North winds at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and gust is roughly 25 miles per hour. Saturday night, it is mostly cloudy with northeast winds 10 to 15 miles per hour. The rest of the week is predicted to be mostly clear skies with sunshine. Monday is sunny with highs in the mid-60s, lows of 40s. While the night is predicted to be mostly cloudy, Tuesday is predicted to be mostly sunny, highs of upper 60s and lows of mid-40s. Tuesday night is predicted to be partly cloudy. On Wednesday, it is predicted to be mostly sunny with highs of upper 60s and lows of mid-40s. During the night, it is expected to be mostly clear.
Thank you for tuning in to Action 3 News with Baylee, Emara, and myself, Lexi. Tune in next time for more breaking news on Action 3 News.
On 5.